And speaking of going digital, Singapore has the potential to become a globally trusted digital node. The local trade association of tech firms says that the nation can grow its competitive edge if people have the confidence to interact securely online. Now, SGTech estimates that the sector here could be worth nearly $5 billion in the next 5 years. Now, for more on this, we are joined by the chair of SGTech. He is Wong Wai Meng. Wai Meng, thank you for joining us in the studio.
Thank you.
All right, Roland, I'll start with the first question. Now, Mr. Wong, in layman's terms, digital trust essentially is when I interact online digitally, I believe whoever I'm talking to is the person they say they are. And whatever they're offering is, in fact, what is being offered. Now, cybersecurity is what a necessary but not sufficient condition to ensure that I feel this trust. Is this correct?
Yes, you are so right. And that's the reason why we feel digital trust is so important, right? So maybe give it a little bit of definition. Simple definition will be digital trust itself is really to allow a participant on the digital ecosystem to really confidently interact in a very transparent, accountable, and frictionless manner itself. Right? So that's a simple definition of digital trust.
For me to believe that, I have to think that whatever is in place does in fact work. So I presume for someone like me who knows nothing about the pitfalls of interacting online, I need a stamp of authority from someone whom I believe, who can tell me, you know what, this carries a hallmark of trust, you can interact safely. Is this what we need in order to create digital trust amongst, I suppose, consumers like myself?
So it's not just about a hallmark or a mark itself. So what happened is we just launched our white paper on digital trust, which is really a summary of core findings of a very extensive study we did over 9 months, right? And basically it's going through research and also deep interviews with a lot of experts globally itself. So what we have presented is really a conceptual framework, which we have intentionally kept it very broad in definition itself. So it covers, in a way, technically 11 enablers across 3 pillars. That includes people, governance, and technology. So it requires multi-stakeholder and multi-players to ensure digital trust is delivered correctly. Yeah.
So what is the consensus of what a good digital trust ecosystem, what would it look like?
So, well, if you ask me ecosystem, first it has to be multidisciplinary. So what we have recommended in the paper, in the landscape study, is really, it cuts across multiple sector, multiple solutions. It requires professional services, experts in consulting, accreditation, certification, training, and such itself. So you also have to have the legal sector come in to build capabilities in arbitration and mediation to really handle digital dispute resolution itself. And of course, solutions like governance, risk, and compliance solutions, privacy-enhancing technology, and distributed ledger applications too. Right.
So it sounds like it's actually multi-skilled, this building of an ecosystem. Do we have the sufficient skills and labor workforce here to actually build up this ecosystem of sorts?
Parts of it are present, but basically, I think the numbers may not be necessarily be there. But of course, there are new technology and new frontiers, like privacy-enhancing technology, government and risk compliance solutions itself. I think those areas, they are there in small pockets of it, but we really need to build it up and invest in them.
All right. Frankly, I'm taken aback by the sheer scope of what needs to be done and surely not being done at this point. It's 11 enablers, people, governance, technology. Yes. All these words, how are you doing this? Are you getting any success on this front?
So interestingly, we have gotten a lot of interesting response. So when you spoke about ecosystem, Roland, it's not just about multidisciplinary and multi-sector. We're also talking about beyond Singapore. So we have went around engaging, probably 20 over economies in an association called Associa, which is really the tech association of associations. And we've gotten very strong response from them. And likewise, I personally sit on APAC itself, and we can see the APAC economies responding very favorably. So you can, look out for our Digital Trust Forum next week, which we are having really speakers and delegates from more than 24 economies attending.
How do you measure success? How can you say, I have digital trust, or companies have endorsed these things to create digital trust? How do you know you're actually there?
Well, I think it's a journey. I don't think we will ever quite arrive in that manner itself. Yeah. So it's very much stimulating conversations and advancing conversations and really advancing discourse in this very important topic itself. Right?
Well, we hope your association has much success. Thank you. Wong Wai Meng from SGTech.
Thank you.